It's awesome. Anyway, I believe it is about time to get this party started. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another edition of Midwest Fire Wrestling MFW. This is episode 14. I am your host, the voice of MFW, the promoter of MFW, the booker man of MFW, the marketing department, the social media manager, and co-creator of Midwest Fire Wrestling. Tonight's card, coming off the heels of a big event last week, where our inaugural tag team champions, the Haasmen of Dick Tiki and Big Buck Hunter, won the tag team title tournament. Also, there was an MFW championship match, and Victor Hinks, the Flying Squirrel, defeated MFW champion The Barge to become the new standard bearer in MFW. So tonight, what do we have going on? Well, we're going to start with the tag team match. All the tag teams ready to get back into contention after the tournament. We have Unhappy Hour of Milwaukee's Beast Core Miller and Old Fashioned Benny Brandy going up against the Youpers, Iron Montaigne and SK Naba. The Youpers did not even make the cut for the tag team tournament, so they really want to get back in the hunt however they can. Also this evening, Curd is the word, the return of Captain Cheese Curd from injury. He was put on the shelf by the Barge. Extensive damage to the ligaments in his knee. He will make his comeback tonight and have his return match against Local Joe Bear. Also this evening, the Enforcers of Yuri Grognoff and Sergeant SPG taking on Minnesota in a 2-on-1 handicap match. And the last I heard, the Enforcers weren't happy about having to do it. But MFW official Red Hansen ordered the match after Minnesota, over the past few weeks, has been taking cheap shots either at or after the bell in tag team matches. And your main event this evening, salty because she hasn't been on the show and thinks she's a big deal, Caustic Co-Ed Holly Ames making a open challenge for a proving ground match for the Master of the Deathmatch title. That will be a 15-minute time limit in the Landmine Deathmatch setup. Who will answer the call to Carnage? Well, you're going to have to stick around, stay tuned, and see how it all unfolds. So let's go to the ring for action. Tonight, your referee will be Jimmy Buffer. I believe Sandy Jenkins has the privilege question mark of reffing the death match later on in the evening. So let's go to the ring now. Nah, Steel City. Now that we're rolling, I can confirm that Balls Jabroni has not been seen at the arena this evening. The two big men starting off. Milwaukee's Beast Core Miller in the gray, Iron Montaigne in the green and black. Big suplex. There's an awful lot of beef in there right now. They're roughly the same size of gentlemen, although I don't perceive either as gentle. Oh no, I'm not surprised, Steel City. They just haven't made their way from the WWE Universe yet. If they will. I got nothing. Everybody in the ring. Now SK Naba taking on Benny Brandy. They are our legal competitors at this time. Nice spin kick from SK. She's going to have to keep her distance. Those furious fists of Benny Brandy. Nice low drop kick. Abdullah the Butcher style elbow does not get a count for Benny. Open hands from SK, punches from Benny. He gets the best of it. Drops the fist right into the breadbasket of SK. SK shoots Benny to the ropes, leapfrog, gets out of the way, tags in Iron. Benny gonna make the tag to Big Core. Nah. Entirely possible, Vic. The big men throwing hands. Core gets the best of that. Follows up with dropping that booty. Only gets a 1. Big back suplex from Miller. Does not get a chance to follow up on it. Straight right from Iron. Slam from Core, goes for the booty drop once again, gets a 2. Iron awfully sick of that, tags in SK. Nice double arm capture suplex from Miller on to Montaigne. Core tags in Benny. Ha! Ham splash, indeed. I wonder if with the little twist before he drops, if that's the spiral cut ham splash. Big punch combo from Benny. Entirely possible, Vic. Only a 1 from Benny. Oh, and a double arm capture suplex from SK. Give up. She can do it as well, Core. Core tagged back in, Iron back in. Kind of interesting how they've kind of kept those same matchups throughout the match so far. The larger men on both teams in at the same time, the smaller participants in with each other. Give up. Give up. Core trying to break Iron's back and make him humble. Iron had something to say about that. Still working the back. Core goes to the crab. SK breaks that up. Throws Core in a key lock. Iron working Core back to the Uper's corner. Tags in SK. She misses the rolling chop. Does not miss the rolling kick. Moonsault double stomps from Milwaukee's Beast. Oh, double rotation moonsault. Iron in there right away as well. Both make tags, Benny and Iron. Ooh, Pele kick from Core. Iron tries to cover up. A lot of those fists get in from Benny. Oh, 2-9. SK in to try to break it up. She gets a flurry of fists too. Iron hits the discus clothesline. Iron again trying to work his opponent back to his corner. Oh, giant lariat. SK tagged in, but that gives Benny the chance to tag in Core. I believe Mrs. Tiki God may be in later. I am not 100% sure on her status for the evening. All right, you are, Steel City. He's taken a fair amount of punishment. Oh, seated super kick from SK. Core getting out of there, tags in Benny. Vic. Oh, Benny just ran through Iron. Lands the fist drop. Took a bit of time recovering. We are back to the 30-minute time limit in quote-unquote normal matches, whether they are singles or tag. Just wanted to throw that out there because in the tag tournament we were using a 45-minute time limit. Iron tags in SK. SK and Benny legal. Ooh, big suplex from SK. Taking her time following up. Everybody's starting to slow down a little in this match. Big double arm suplex. Right you are, Vic, which is, we were trying to avoid draws in the tournament. So that's why we went with the longer, holy mackerel. Chaos in the ring. Strikes everywhere for a second. Iron and Core now. Iron blocks that straight punch from Core. Does not get around to countering that back suplex. Forearm shot from Iron. Suplex reversed. Core sent to the outside. Benny comes in after Iron. Core, another big back suplex, tags in Benny. Benny jackknife cover. SK makes the save. Surfboard chin lock there from SK. Oh, gorilla press power slam from Iron. 2-9. Code red from SK. She calls that the moonlight. But a big show tie from Benny took Iron down. SK back in legal. Oh. And Core just dumped SK on her head. Steel City, yes. I have seen submissions to New Jill's forearm choke, which does draw a DQ count from the ref. "20 minutes gone by. Cutter counter from SK. Will she be able to follow up? Ooh, big headbutt from Core. He tags in Benny. Spinning chop misses, but SK regains control. She's going to tag in Iron. Get a super kick in before she leaves the ring. Ooh, short uppercuts from Benny. But he takes Core back in. Benny does not get a chance, but Core's there to cover for him. Iron gets out of the back suplex attempt that time. Off the ropes. Oh, big spinning kick from Core. But Iron back up right away. Tags in SK. High-low from the Yoopers. Oh, and a cutter counter from Core. Alliteration. Cutter counter from Core. Another nice suplex from SK. Goes back to the key lock. Iron cuts off Benny. Core gets out of there, though. Ooh, big knee to the guts of SK. Core running the ropes. What he was trying to accomplish there, I'm not sure. SK with a cravat, but Benny breaks it up. Drops a big fist to the guts. Going for it again. Connects once more. Triplicate fists. "25-minute mark. Roaring elbow, roaring chop. SK tags Iron back in. Benny fights them both off. Both men down. Precious little time remaining. Oh, Benny rakes the eyes to get out of the powerbomb. Fist drops aplenty. It's gonna tag in Core. Gets a bunch of quality shots in before he leaves the ring. Ooh, big clothesline turns Core inside out. Double arm suplex from Core as a response to Iron. Jumping enziguri from Core. Moonsault double stomp. And again. Shoots Iron to the corner where he makes the tag to SK. I have a feeling that's going to be a crucial mistake by the Beast. Ooh. Nice combo there from Core, and they don't have much time left. High-low from Unhappy Hour. Benny, big overhand right. Tries for the cover, too close to the ropes. Cutter from SK. Bunch of shots from Benny. Mule kick gets SK out of there. Super kick, and this one ends in a draw. Well, dang. The crowd was digging it, but does not give us a conclusive winner, nor does it get either of these teams a start on the win streak needed to challenge the champions. Alrighty, up next, Have you heard? It's the return of the Curd. Big Captain Cheese Curd, who I love to refer to as the bastard child of Charlie Brown and King Kong Bundy, back in action, taking on low Cal Joe Bear. Will be interesting to see how Captain Cheese Curd performs coming back from injury.
Fight.
Cal Joe Bear looking for a win, trying to start his young career off on the right foot. Kid's got a lot of heart. I don't know if he's got a lot of brains jumping into the ring with Captain Cheese Curd. The captain just keeps throwing him up in the torture rack. Fireman's carry from the captain. Oh! And Cal throws him to the outside. And Cal Joe Bear actually seems to have a smidge of momentum right now. Well, the captain taking over once again. Boston Crab from Cal. Was kind of wondering how that would affect the legs coming back from that knee ligament injury, but the captain was out of there fairly quick. Bow and arrow from the captain. Well, he must not be too worried about those knees if he's using that. Cal seemed up for some out-of-the-ring shenanigans, but the captain was not. Oh, wow, Vic. Cal not backing down from the big man and wins a strike exchange, rather surprisingly. Big uppercut. Steel City, I am sure he will make his place in history in his own way. Was forgotten because it was easy to overlook, for it was obvious. A fairly slow-paced match, but we're used to that with Captain Cheese Curd. As Vic alluded to, he is not the quickest member of the roster. He is rather powerful. Oh! As you can see from that deadlift German, picking Cal up off the mat to send him back down into it. Oh!
Give up.
Big stretch. Stretching out the poor young guy. Oh, and an uppercut drops him. And I think the captain is starting to get frustrated. He just started throwing all sorts of hands. Very cool. That makes me happy, Steel City. Oh, drop kick does not even faze the captain. Another deadlift German. Cal gets him up for a suplex. Suplexes him out of the ring. Oh, Cal misses that drop kick. Big old whiff there. But Cal is hanging in here. I am rather surprised. Shoulder block takes down the captain. Back to the crab.
Give up. Give up.
Captain out fairly quickly. Jimmy Buffer there to check on him. Back elbow in the corner. And again, a frustrated captain comes out swinging. Cal, small package, gets a 1. Captain ragdolling him, but also starting to get worn down a little. Now just clubbering on him. Cal, snappy return off the suplex. Figure 4 now.
Give up.
You know, Steel City, that was completely not intentional. But I can see young Paul London in the build there for sure. It's a nice elbow from Cal. Goes for a cover. The captain out at 2. Cal shoots the captain off the ropes, drops down, tries to drop down again and gets run over. Big power bomb from the captain. And that is it. It is over. Again, a surprisingly game Cal Jobert. I honestly think his first win is going to come sooner rather than later. I'm impressed by the kid's moxie and spunk. That Cal Jobert, he has a lot of heart. That is for sure. So, as alluded to on the socials, the preview that was written up for this week's episode on criticalclub.com and on the Old School Old Fool Twitch Facebook page. What will Sandy do? WWSD. Sandy Lipner won the Thanksgiving night Grateful 8 Rumble, which gets her a proving ground shot against any champion in MFW. We haven't seen hide nor hair of her since Thanksgiving when she won the Rumble. Other than the opening round of the tag team title tournament, where Animal House got bounced out right away. So, I've been waiting to hear word about what's going on. Oh, hey, sorry, hang on a second. I've got handed here a folded over post-it note. I know it's going to show up in reverse, but it says for Old School, it has a heart and a couple of XOXOs. So I don't know, production handed me this, so, always impossible to get one of these open once they're stuck together, let me tell you. See you next year, Rad Panda. That's it. That's all it says. So, I guess we're not going to hear anything about her plans until 2020. Well, the good news is that's close, but we really don't have much more for answers than we started with. I guess thanks, Sandy. Alrighty, moving on, I guess. Yeah, sorry, I'm a little stunned because I have no idea. I don't have any more of an idea than I had when I started the show. So, coming up next, and supposedly kind of under protest, the Enforcers asked by Red Hansen to teach a lesson. To Minnesota. So she is stuck in a handicap match with the Enforcers. Per decree of MFW official Red Hansen. So I guess we're all gonna see how Minnie fares in this situation that may or may not be fair, depending on how you look at it. So. Sorry for that. I dry out quickly here on commentary. Most people that watch me probably think I am sponsored by Water Joe. Oh my gosh, a released German sends Minnie out of the ring. Luchador del Lagos in her corner. It's going to be interesting to see if he stands idly by and abides by the rules, or if he is. Oh my gosh, and Minnie just got released German again. Yuri throwing her all over the place. Minnie sends him to the ropes, clothesline, comes off the ropes herself, sliding drop kick. Arm drag. Minnie starting to mount a bit of a comeback. Another arm drag. Cross arm breaker.
Give up.
Yuri out of there in fairly short order. And another huge release German. Steel City. No. Simply put, no. This is kind of a special attraction / exhibition in a way, I guess. Big knees from the Sergeant. Forearm from Minnie, arm drag. I gotta say, she's doing her best to hang in there. Muda lock from Minnesota on the Sergeant. He breaks free. Tags Yuri back in. And now the double teams. Magic killer from the Enforcers. Oh, but Minnie, DDT on Yuri. Big uppercut from Yuri. Big knee series from the Sergeant. Goes for the back grapple. Mini elbows out.
Give up.
You know, Vic, that is an interesting question. She does not have to worry about a partner. Luchador Del Lago so far just biding his time. Staying an observer and not a participant.
Give up.
Big Fujiwara armbar there from the Sergeant. Mini gets out of there though. Power bomb. Oh, 2-9 off the power bomb from the Sergeant. Yuri tagged back in. Another magic killer. Diving elbow off the ropes. Figure 4 on Yuri.
Give up.
Shoots Yuri off the ropes. Yuri runs her through, goes for a cover.
2, 3.
And that is it in 9 minutes. Minnesota defeated by the Enforcers. The crowd not into it. Not surprised. That was kind of tough to watch. It's not a fair situation. Understandable in a way. I believe lesson was learned, and hopefully all parties move on. Not quite sure Minnie's gonna feel the same way. Being on the wrong end of the stick in that situation, definitely. Steel City Fuzz, if that was an option on this game, you know, it would have been the alley behind the arena, and it would have been more of a private lesson than a public exhibition. That is for sure. So, hang on a second here. I have to get my phone here. The production truck is giving me the heads up on who Holly Ames' challenger this evening is going to be. See, the message here says, and this is a quote, Holly thinks she is the baddest, the baddest rhymes with witch in MFW, but she is not truly evil. Indeed. Well, if you've been watching MFW, that only means one thing. The master of the one flippered penguin, Ultimo Pinguino, who is evil indeed, answers the call to carnage from Holly Ames. Sandy Jenkins gets the honor And ladies and gentlemen, your main event, a proving ground match for the MFW Master of the Death Match Championship. Damn it, Steel City, making me corpse on camera. You son of a... Anyway. To the ring, filled with weapons, light tube boards, barbed wire, exploding landmines surrounding the ring. Ultimo Pinguino and Holly Ames.
Yeah!
Snapmare right onto that chair on the right out the gate here. Oh, big open hand shot sends Holly down. Snapmare onto the bat. Oh, throat thrust. Test of strength. Holly wins that, gets a takedown. Oh, Holly into the into the light tubes. Pinguino pasting her with an open hand any chance she gets. And wow, she is just kind of taking it to Holly out the gate. Oh, Holly's got her tied up already. STF, Cardinal Rule is in. Ultimo Pinguino out quickly. No one has grabbed for a weapon as of yet. Big arm wringer from Pinguino. Going back to the arm again. Maybe she has something planned. Chop lands. Grabs a leg in a trip. Holly now positioning Pinguino. Gut buster. Rolls Holly to the center of the ring. Oh, big clothesline from Ultimo Pinguino. Leg trip. Oh, knees to the crown of the head. Pinguino out quick as she can. Another arm wringer. I wonder if she's trying to soften her up for when she tries to throw her to the landmines. I'm wondering if that's the logic behind working the arm. Drops a big chop.
Yeah!
Ah, that too, Vic. Back to knees. Not surprising since that arm's gotten worked on that Holly would use her legs more. Ultimo emphatically gets out of that back mount. Oh, good Lord, Steel City. Tell us how you really feel. Big strike exchange. Both ladies down. Holly up first. Cardinal Rules. STF back in. Pinguino out as quick as she can. Oh, rapid fire chops. Oh, and seated chops. A flipper frenzy, if you will. Double arm breaker. Nice, Vic. Real nice. Flippers flying. Ultimo Pinguino doing her best. Nice waistlock takedown there from Holly, but oh, shoulder breaker from Ultimo Pinguino, and she's got a chair. Oh, and she pasted Holly. Oh, surprising mule kick there. Oh, Holly gets the takedown that she tried for before. Ground and pound.
Give up.
And into the light tubes once again, Holly. Repeated seated chops. Holly gets a takedown. And she is gasping for air. She was not able to follow up. Single leg crab from the Penguin.
Give up.
10 minutes gone.
Give up. Yeah.
Oh, arm capture suplex with bridge. Brass knuckles from Ultimo Pinguino. Going back to the cross arm breaker, the double arm breaker, I'm sorry.
Give up.
11 minutes in, if Ultimo Pinguino can last 15, high angle crab, lion tamer / walls of Jericho style there from Holly. If Ultimo Pinguino can last, oh, Pinguino hits the tubes and is still tranquilo. Back to the cross arm breaker, the double arm breaker. Rope break. Oh, that's my bad. I should have turned that off. That's a bit of a BS call. My bad. Oh, Pinguino to the landmines. Still tranquilo, even though she has been busted open. Sledgehammer! Pinguino not afraid to grab the weapons. Oh. Holly blasted with chair shots. Short DDT from Ultimo Pinguino.
Yeah.
Holly with a belly to belly. Rapid fire chops.
30 more seconds.
And kids, I think Ultimo Pinguino is going to make it through this proving ground. And she has. Well, an evil indeed Ultimo Pinguino definitely brought the fight to Holly Ames in a way that few have thus far. So, well, we know on the horizon, Ultimo Pinguino will get a title opportunity at the Master of the Deathmatch Championship. The championship matches for Master of the Deathmatch happen and in a barbed wire rope exploding ring. So, let's see, I'm getting word here. I gotta grab that phone again. Red Hansen has made it official. The January 2nd show will have a Master of the Deathmatch title match on it, and it will be Ultimo Pinguino versus Holly Ames. So there's that to look forward to in a couple of weeks. As far as next week's show, what I can tell you all thus far, hello, Senator, good to see you. next week, our main event will be Captain Cheese Curd versus the Barge. Definitely a match that has MFW Championship ramifications in the fact that both are working on win streaks to get back in the contention and get a shot at Victor Hinks. Also, the captain out for revenge from that injury that he received at the hands of the Barge. So that will be your main event next week. Other matches to follow. Those will be posted up on the Old School Old Fool Twitch Facebook page and also criticalclub.com under the eFeds tab. Also, for other MFW news / me tweeting about other Twitch streamers and tweeting about pro wrestling in general, especially independent wrestling, you can hit me up on Twitter at Old School Old Fool. So, with that all being said, thanks a bunch for tuning in, stopping by, checking things out. It's much appreciated. Also, another thing real quick, not MFW related, but I plan on streaming a lot more in the weeks to come, at least adding one more stream, probably on the weekends. I don't have a specific time in mind as of yet. I'll let people know on the socials when I'm going on. Probably just more of a variety thing, playing a few different games, probably some classics. I've got some stuff that I haven't touched for a while for my PlayStation that would be nice to jump back into, so we'll probably be doing some of that on the weekends. Also, within a week or two, probably another edition of WTF is MFW, covering the other half of the roster, bringing people up to speed on the story that's been told thus far after 14 episodes. And, again, kind of a ask me anything situation, throw whatever up in the chat, and try to address it. Again, I'll try to keep it around half an hour, 45 minutes. Want to keep those short. So, once again, thanks everybody for tuning in. Love that y'all show up and watch, and appreciate your support. Have a wonderful night. Old School Old Fool, signing off.